Hi, welcome back to 4funzees. I'm your Uncle Johnny.
I'm your other. I'm just Mech. We'll just say Mech. I I don't have any weird titles. Just call me
Oh my
Mech.
god. First off, it's not weird. Second off, why is this always a problem? No, I'm kidding. Let's start over. Psych! Alright, so anyway, welcome back to 4funzees. It's your boy Johnny and Mech, and we are here to bring you our continuing thoughts on the recent announcement from Nintendo, the direct mini announcement on January 11th. First off, I want to apologize for the belated video. We had stuff happen with our audio and whatever. I swear to God, we covered this earlier. I'm actually kind of lying. We didn't. Anyway, here we are now, and we totally want to share it with you. Mech, we discussed Dark Souls, and we discussed The World Ends With You, and we discussed Yeez on our last episode. If you want to hear our thoughts on that, please tune in. We're going to discuss all the rest of the cool stuff that Nintendo announced.
Yeah.
I'm
So
hyped. Hope you're hyped. Let's get into it.
yeah. So I'm just gonna kind of go down these through the list in order of what shows on here, in the order of their appearance, I should say. That work with you? All right. So we already discussed The World Ends With You. It looks cool. I haven't played it before, but maybe I will now that it's coming out for the Switch. Okay, Pokken Tournament. They announced a new Pokemon for it.
Okay.
It's the Pokemon DX DLC. I'm not a big fan of fighting games, to be honest. So I've never played Pokken, whatever.
Okay.
Pokken.
Pokken?
Yeah.
Never played that there Pokken.
Yeah, but you know, the videos I've seen of it look cool. Personally, it looks like it would get old fast for me. So, but yeah, I don't know. What were your thoughts on it?
Totally played it. Totally loved it. I'm a huge Tekken fan. And this is not that. But what it is it gives you a chance to kind of utilize Pokemon in a different light. I like Pokemon. I'm fascinated by the mythos. But I don't always want to do turn-based RPG, right? So this allows me to take a Pokemon, drop him into a ring, and really use his moves in the style of combat that I would love to see in an actual Pokemon title. I downloaded the demo on Switch, played it. I had a ton of fun with it. I can see where it would get really competitive, but ultimately it just seems to be more fun and more fan service. So I'm looking forward to whatever DLC they have coming out. The game is out now. I do recommend picking up the demo and trying it if you haven't already. But as a fighting game fan, it seemed like a refreshing change from the norm.
Yeah. I think your audio broke up a little bit for me.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, okay, I think we kind of got the gist of it. But okay, yeah, Pokken, whatever. So, yeah, let's move on to Kirby Star Allies. Haven't played a Kirby game in a long time, but they mentioned it looks like, I don't know, something that I wish they would really bring back in the Kirby series. It looks like this might be it. They might bring it back in this one, but in some of the earlier games where a second player could take over or could play as somebody that you turned into a partner, if you understand what I'm saying.
I think so.
Yeah, it would be cool if they brought that feature back. Based on what I see here, what I saw in the video, maybe they'll bring that back. Maybe they won't. Because it could have just been that they had other characters that you could play with, kind of like what they did with what was the last one that came out? Return to Dreamland. Return to Dreamland. You can just play as D and Meta Knight, one of the Waddle Dees. Maybe it's just that again, but maybe it's not. Who knows? Nintendo knows.
We'll see what they do. I'm curious to see how they play that out.
Yeah. What do you think?
As far as Kirby goes, man, I've always seen it as a fun experience. The last Kirby I played was it was one of the ones for 3DS that was kind of free to play, and I just kind of had at it to see what it would do, and it was fun. I played it for a little while. I'm not gonna pretend like I got really into it, but it did its thing for sure. So I'm hoping this new one maybe has a little more appeal. But yeah, it was good. Ooh.
That's brutal. That's dead. Like a dead. That's like
dead.
a It's like a Vlad the Impaler style
Yeah,
execution.
yeah, that's a beating.
Yeah, yeah. All right. Ultimate version of Hyrule Warriors. Um, I played a little bit of Hyrule Warriors with a friend of mine when it
Hmm.
was on the Wii U. Um, they did make a re-release for the 3DS, but now
Okay,
we have an ultimate version for the Switch. So
right.
it's like, and they had Fire Emblem Warriors, which I hadn't played yet. Um, I don't know. I haven't played. I don't really play the Dynasty Warriors series, but I see it more as like more as something you would rent, at least in my opinion.
Okay,
Um,
okay. There's nothing wrong with that.
yeah, it's not something I think I could spend endless hours on playing over and over again without getting tired of
Got
it
you.
eventually.
Got you. See, I'm a huge Dynasty Warriors fan, all growing up. So I
Mm,
could totally play Dynasty Warriors for hours on it. It doesn't bother me in the least bit.
yeah.
And I think that really speaks to what Nintendo's really trying to accomplish here with the Switch, because you and I seem to be coming from like polar opposite sides of what we enjoy with gaming. Not that it's a bad thing at all, but I think that speaks to a company when they can draw us both into their console by giving us both something we want to play. Um, so, like, as a Dynasty fan, longtime Dynasty fan, I would love to get Hyrule Warriors a shot. However, I have to admit, I'm not played enough Zelda to even know who the characters are.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be a fun challenge.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, I do know a lot. I'm not a big Zelda fan either, but I know what a lot of these characters were. When I played it before, I played as Girahim, who is one of the antagonists of Skyward Sword. He's probably
Okay.
my favorite character and one of my favorite characters in the series. So that was fun to play as, like
Got
just
you. Okay.
as a villain. So maybe I would like to try out the different characters, see what they can do. There are some characters that stood out. Linkle is in it now, so
Who?
female Link. They made a
What's her
female
name?
Link. They call her Linkle.
Linkhole?
Linkle,
Oh
like
my God.
Ilnkle.
Why? Why do we need a female Link? I thought Link was a princess.
Cause yeah, I agree with you 100% there. Why do we need a? It should have been a real man like Ganondorf.
Why can we get like a male Zell? Like, hey, this is Zell. He's a prince.
Yeah,
What up?
make a whole gender inverted Zelda game.
Right, right, exactly.
Yeah,
What show did that?
Adventure
Adventure
Time
Time
did
did
that.
that.
Yeah,
Everybody loved it. It was
yeah.
freaking amazing.
Well,
Have Ganon write fan fiction where everybody's gender swapped, and we're good.
that'll make sense.
Yeah, you said
Um,
gender fluid. Careful with that.
I,
Gender swapped.
I said gender flipped.
Oh,
That's
flipped. I thought you said fluid. My
that's
apologies.
that's the term. Gender flipped.
Yeah, it is.
Or
Yeah. All right,
or did I
cool.
say flipped? Or maybe I said inverted.
You did not say inverted. I would remember inverted.
I'm pretty sure I said inverted, but I may be wrong.
Only
But
the recordings will tell us
I
that.
guess so. Um, yeah. Well, something I always thought would be cool is if, some people suggested having a game where Zelda's the main character, and I'm all for that. I just don't think it should be like. I think they had in mind basically Legend of Zelda, but Link is or Zelda's the main character. I don't think it should be that. I think it should be more of like because Zelda has the Triforce of Wisdom. It would make
Hmm.
sense for her to be. I think it would make more sense if it was like a strategy game, like
Interesting.
maybe a team-based strategy, or not like team-based, but kind of like Fire Emblem or Advanced Wars, kind of Devil Survivor, that kind of gameplay style. I forget what
Ooh,
they call it.
okay. Uh, it's not turn-based strategy. It's beyond that. Actually, it might be turn-based strategy.
I know it's part of it. Tactics. It's a
Tactical.
tactical strategy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Coined by Final Fantasy Tactics. I made that up, but it sounded good because it's also kind of true.
Yeah. I guess so. Or tactical strategy. Okay. Moving on. Mario Tennis Aces
Ooh.
has a
So
story.
Mario Tennis Aces. I don't know how I feel about this one, Nick. I was hyped when I saw it because I love seeing Mario in wacky new situations.
Hmm.
But then they kind of hinted towards the fact that this was an older game that was out and nobody really cared about it. And they're
Um,
bringing it back.
was not actually. This is brand new.
Sure.
Yes, I'm pretty sure. They haven't made. We haven't had a Mario Tennis Aces on the Wii U or whatever. They've had
So
other Mario
I thought they had
Tennis.
Mario Tennis on Game Boy Advance.
Yeah, they've had other Mario Tennis games, but this is a new game.
Okay.
This is
So
yeah.
that's fine. I get it. Just like Destiny 2 is a new game from Destiny 1. What I'm getting at is we haven't seen a Mario Tennis recently, period. Regardless of how they
True.
labeling it or they added to it.
This is
Um,
true. We did have one. There was a couple on portable, like 3DS. If that's what you
right.
mean, then yeah. Um, but I mean, like this, I've played Mario Tennis a couple times. I have the same issue with Mario Tennis that I do with other Mario sports game. In that,
Fireballs, though. Fireballs doing their thing, man.
man,
Not hitting nothing but
you,
balls.
man, you are really into your own attacks, aren't you?
Yeah, because I did them.
while I stayed around doing nothing,
Exactly. Give me something to get into,
collecting
man.
money.
Hey, hey,
Yeah.
you found the door. I mean, there's
I
that.
mean, yeah, that's true. And you're just standing around collecting money.
No, I'm actually trying to get to you. There we go. We beat
Yeah.
the level, guys. Yay! Did we level up here? I don't remember.
Don't know.
Good old shrimp
Don't
foot.
know. Don't care. Um,
Aww.
I'm just kidding, man.
Somebody cares. Yeah,
Yeah,
we did. Good job, Nick. I
yeah.
think you hit level 3.
Level 3. Yeah. I don't know. I played other Mario sports games. I just again. It's the same issue I had with I think I mentioned last episode the problem I had with another game I mentioned. Man, I already forgot it. Oh, Pokken. When we mentioned Pokken earlier, it's like the same issue to me, where I'm like, I can see it getting kind of old for me real quick, unless I have like friends playing it with me constantly, which I'm an only child, so I'm not gonna really have that. So
Anyway, so yeah, man. Off of that depressing note, yeah,
yes,
dude, you have friends, and we'll totally play with you.
yeah,
That's why I opened up a channel so we can play with everybody. But
yes,
I get what you're saying. I think those niche games, those spin-off games, kind of have a market where people who want to play together will. Like, remember the Link game that came out where it was like 4 links, and you had to have 4 Game Boys
oh
and all
yeah,
play together?
for
Right.
Four Swords,
Right.
yeah.
That was like one of the only Zeldas I played that was recent, and I thought that was
Oh,
dope. And I was like, by
oh,
myself.
you mean the most recent one, Triforce Heroes, right?
Not even that one. It was one before. The first time they tried it.
First one. Okay, so it was Four Swords then.
It was 4 Swords, yeah. And so, like, that was my reintroduction to the Zelda universe, and that was a spin-off. So I was like, oh, this is what Zelda is now, and I walked away again. You know? And so I think the spin-offs have the potential to really draw people into the main series, but I think they
Hmm.
also have the potential to alienate people who only are about the main series. Almost like if you were a Mario purist and you play Smash Brothers, you're like, oh, why would I deal with this? Why am I fighting Metroid, Samus? Like,
Yeah.
what's the point? Now, mind you, Smash Brothers is kind of a weird analogy because it did so well in its own. But if you were a purist, the first Smash Brothers is just like, oh, this isn't going to go anywhere. They're just throwing Nintendo characters at a game.
Yeah.
So, it has potential, like Hyrule Warriors, you know? But,
Yeah. All right. Any other thoughts on Mario Tennis, or are you okay to move on?
looking forward to it, man. Looks like they really put a lot of effort into it.
Yeah, I like that as a story. That's different.
Yeah, I actually don't. I feel like what story do I need with Mario Tennis? Like I was playing with a pop star a piranha plant.
It's because
Like I feel like
it's because they had it in a lot of other Mario sports games. Not Mario
okay.
Tennis, but they've had it in like Mario Baseball,
Okay.
soccer or Strikers. You know, it's like they've had the story mode before, so it's like they figured might as well capitalize on it.
Gotcha. Might as well. Listen, I'm not gonna hate on it. It's just not my cup of tea. If I play a sports game, I want to play sports. I don't want to know why. Unless it's like a Japanese anime about basketball or skating, and it's ridiculously great.
Yeah.
Anyway, moving on. We're gonna skip Wise or Yeez.
Wise.
Because, we've already talked about it.
Yeah.
I said it.
um.
But we're gonna. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
DLC for Super Mario Odyssey is next.
Right. So we want to stay on the Mario theme. Break out the balloons. There's a free update coming.
Yep, and it adds Luigi to the game, and you, from what I saw, you can't play as him. Bet people are going to be pissed off about that.
Luigi's Balloon World. They give a man a bow tie, a couple balloons, and said you're in the game now. Um, on top of that, though, like the DLC is actually packed with some goodies. So we got the balloon thing going on.
It's free. That's a good thing.
Right, that's free. Yep, you can get a Cappy mustache or a Cappy M mustache, which is kind of interesting. They're letting us download a Jump Up Superstar by our girl Pauline with the donkey. Oh, she's hot.
Yeah, in this game she's hot.
Right. You can check out Super Mario Odyssey the musical, which shows him dancing with real people, which is kind of cool.
Yeah. Kind of creepy, but also kind of cool.
Very creepy. Yes, I will admit. And yeah, I mean, there's a ton of other cool stuff. For this one in particular, I strongly recommend checking out the Nintendo website. I hate to defer you to the third party, or actually the first party, but there's just so much stuff in this update that they really want you to know about. We can't possibly cover it all here. We'd be doing it injustice.
Yeah.
But the balloons are coming out, checkpoints are coming out, challenges are coming out. I think in the direct they actually announced you could actually set a challenge in a level or hide a balloon or something, and someone else have to go get it.
Yeah, you're taking a dip in your
yeah?
sound volume. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can fix some of that. But did you catch what I said though? Is that correct?
Yeah, I caught what you said. You're good on that.
Okay.
Yeah. Next up. Oh, did you want to go to the next episode, or do you want to just...
bruh. Next up, man.
All right. Next we got SNK Heroines. Don't know anything about that.
Okay. So Sync Heroines, right? These are women that are amazing in the kitchen and are awesome at washing dishes. Goodbye, guys. My channel's done. No, I'm kidding. SNK Heroines, SNK Fighters is kind of like your poor man Street Fighter. Oh. And a lot of people are going to be pissed off that I said that, but let's just be honest with ourselves here. Capcom crushed the game in the 90s. SNK did what they could to keep up with King of Fighters, but we all know who won that. So I don't want to hear it. You want to fight me in the comments. Capcom, Street Fighter crushed SNK. That being said, SNK did drop some titles that are worthy of note. Darkstalkers, nope, I'm sorry, that's Capcom 2. Haha, gotcha. But King of Fighters was good. A couple other titles are really good. And now they pulled their lady fighter heroines and shoved them into one game. And it looks like it might be a solid fighter, to be honest with you. Probably better than Pokken.
Pokken?
But, Pokken.
Be poking something.
Oh, you poking balls. Anyway, this is a tag team game. And let me see if I have any data on it. Or do you like data? What do you prefer? I know you're a Star Trek fan.
I go with data.
Okay.
Yes, I'm a Star Trek fan. Yeah, that's why I say it. Although data does sound sexy.
Data sounds sexy if you have a hot accent and you're a girl.
Yes.
Hey,
like
data.
If you're like data analysis, that's just creepy sounding.
That is creepy. Anyway, you know who I like who says it? The girl from Andromeda, the one in the front seat. She's like Scottish or something. Oh my god, she's hot. Her voice, anyway. So this game comes with a ton of customization options, which is actually pretty cool because they do draw on a lot of the older games to kind of give you some neat visuals. They're boasting actually 100 different accessories for their characters, which is big. So I'm curious to see if they can do anything with loot boxes or in-game purchases, considering a lot of it's cosmetic. But I'm most interested to see what they do with the actual fighting. I don't want a shallow fighter. Like I'm just playing with dolls. Like if you're gonna put a bunch of girls in the game and hype it up, do them justice by giving a deep, comprehensive fighter, and then add the costumes, not the other way around.
Gotcha. Let's see. Anything else to add, or are we good there?
We're good there, man.
Okay.
I wasn't too interested in that, but I definitely wanted to give it some justice.
I mean, the girls looked hot, so I'll give them that.
Yeah.
But that's only
if you draw an ugly girl, you're gonna kill you're doing yourself a disjustice. Oh, that's a fat chest. Is that a chest? That is a chest.
Yeah. Is that why? Is that why
guys popped out? Huh?
Is that why Andromeda didn't do as well as the previous games?
That's exactly why Andromeda didn't do as well as previous games.
The girls weren't hot.
People wanted FemShep, and they got something else who couldn't walk upstairs properly. All right, so next game, new character in Mario and Rabbids
Mario
Kingdom
and Rabbids
Battle.
Kingdom Battle.
Yep.
Oh yeah, It's
So who's
Donkey
the new
Kong.
character, Nick?
I think it's Donkey Kong, isn't it?
Whoa,
I
way to
I
hype
don't
big rumors, bro.
I don't remember off the top of my head. So, but I want to say Donkey Kong, mostly because it mentions bananas.
You'll go bananas over this one. So Mario and Rabbids is right now available for $60 on the store, and what they're announcing is a new character. Man, we're getting we're getting DK. DK is coming through,
Donkey
and
Kong. He's
exactly.
like he's finally here to perform for you.
Oh boy,
Or the rest of the lyrics I forget.
hey, dude, you're asking the wrong guy. I am the worst guy to
Yeah.
ask about a Donkey Kong game.
They're finally here to perform for you. They now have attitudes.
There you go. Funky. Is that how they did it? Diddy. They did it like that, or is that something else?
No, it was more like
Okay.
DK. Donkey Kong.
Donkey.
DK. Donkey Kong is here.
Oh, you're dead again. Ain't that but a biscuit? Guess I gotta wait at this door. Next game, Payday 2. Let's see. Looks like there's
I know Payday is very popular. It just never really appealed to me. But
you know what? Me either. I thought it was cool, and then I realized what it was. The visuals were kind of like, oh look, people in clown masks. Then they're like, yeah, you're kind of robbing a bank, and you don't necessarily have to wear the clown mask, and it doesn't really matter. I'm like, all right, I don't care anymore. But it is coming to Switch. Awesome. Kudos to them for making the port. I always thought Nintendo shied away from darker games. And so this is kind of encouraging, not so much because I like Payday 2, but just because they're opening themselves up to developers taking a chance on their console. Right now, Switch is money, like money in the bank. So if you have a game out, you definitely want it on the Switch, just to get that audience to buy into it. So kudos to the people at Payday. I can't say that I'm too interested in that, but hey, man, it paves the way for better options, you know?
Yeah, I gotta give credit to the people who thought that this, like, they're willing to take this risk, considering that all the people that thought the Switch was going to fail, just because of the sake of it, just because they want to hate on Nintendo for some reason.
Yeah. I was probably involved in that camp, dude. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Dude, these spikes are kicking my arse, and you have no health, yet somehow you're not dying from them. Like I lost so much health on those spikes. I'm in here fighting by myself, and you're somehow alive. Oh, never mind. You just took a hit. I just took a hit. Who's gonna die first? You or me?
Find out next time on 4funzees.
Find out next time on 4funzees.
I'm just kidding.
I'm just kidding. Keep watching. One of us. Oh, I got some health. All right. Anyway, so it looks like both are back in the green. We'll keep talking about Direct because I don't want to waste everybody's time. Next game or next announcement on the list.
Both Faye and Celeste being released.
Right. So I'm gonna let you handle this one because I don't know anything about either of those games.
Neither do I. But they're indie games. Okay. Quick research. Quick research on Faye. Just cause.
All right. So I'll do some research on Celeste. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, do that.
All right.
And we'll come back to it. Of course, the one that lists is Fire Emblem. All right, Sonic. Okay, this looks like it. Action adventure game, published by EA. So it's probably garbage. But
loot boxes. Nah, not necessarily garbage because of that.
Yeah. Fae is a fox-like creature with, maybe it's pronounced Fae, but fox-like creature within a forest that is highly responsive to the songs of the creatures and plants within it. The forest creatures are being attacked by entities called the Silent Ones for unknown reasons that threaten the forest's wildlife. Fae is able to sing to other creatures and objects as to gain their help. These creatures can reach Fae in a new song which gives the fox additional abilities through the forest, such as activating a flower that acts as a jump pad to launch Fae to higher locations and explore more of the world. That's all I'm going to read.
Awesome. All right, cool. So Celeste is a little different. It's definitely a platformer. It's got actually an interesting backstory that I read in the last 4 seconds. I'll share that with you in a moment. But basically, it challenges the player to jump, dash, glide across different platforms. They can only dash once in the air before touching the ground, which is one of the core mechanics. And your hair changes color once the dash has been used. Okay? You're collecting strawberries, and there's your game. Sounds simple, right? But here's the cool reason why. So basically, the developers, Noel Berry and Matt Torson, They created this game during a game jam, which is basically like a hackathon for video games.
A chance to do
So
your dances at the game jam.
at the game jam, all right,
Oh.
all right, all right. So because of this, they basically got 30 levels into the game. It's got simple graphics, but I think it's impressive that a game that was created in 4 days made it to the Switch. So obviously, it's got some quality to it. I'm a little remiss as I don't know about it, but maybe I'll give it a shot.
Yeah. Get
And
up and
that's Celeste
slam.
Bay.
And
Wow,
welcome
you were
to the
on that.
jam.
Welcome back 94, kids. If you don't know what he's
Yes.
singing, you're too young to watch this channel.
We have an age gate.
Yeah, age gate.
All right, next game.
Oh, we got punked. Look at these guys. I thought we were helping them.
Mm,
Get him, Buck. Get him. Get him.
get
Don't
him.
let him out
Get him.
you. She's kind of hot.
She
I'm
is.
digging her.
For
Oh,
her,
with the backflip. Oh, with the back. Oh, with the backflip.
the teleporting backflips.
Teleporting back like Nightcrawler. Oh, they
Yes.
got away again. Darn you, Team Rocket blasting off at the speed of light.
Surrender now or prepare to fight. That doesn't work in this context, but
It doesn't. Next game on the docket for Nintendo Mini. Actually, Mech, let me ask you something. Do you want to wrap these last two up in the next episode, or do you want to do it all now?
let's do it now. It's only one more.
All right.
Donkey Kong Country Returns. The second one. Ice thingy. I forget what.
Tropical Freeze?
Tropical Freeze. Yes.
Yep.
Exactly. I'm trying to avoid clicking on these links because then they'll take me to a video and then it'll feed into the microphone and it'll be all annoying.
Right.
But
So
yeah,
they're really hyping Funky Kong for this release, man.
yeah.
He seems OP, to be honest.
Not as OP as Cranky Kong was.
Cranky Kong was OP?
Oh yeah, he has like the springs so you can like hop on spikes and stuff.
Well, this guy can surf on spikes. It literally says
That's
even
true.
spikes can't slow him down. So
That
he
is true.
can listen to this, dude. Listen to this. Funky Kong can double jump, hover, perform infinite rolls, and even perform infinite underwater corkscrews. Like that's OP, bro.
Have you seen it? What any of the other characters can do?
Nothing infinite. I made that up because I have not seen what they can do.
Yeah. I don't know. Hovering always comes to like a limit and everything, but
Yeah, it does just say he has infinite hover.
yeah. Although it might be one of those things where it's like you actually play it and find out it doesn't have any practical value.
Don't you love that? It's like,
Yeah.
we put this in here, and it's like you'll use it and die.
It's a red herring. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm cool with that.
All right. Okay. So, any other thoughts on that, or?
So,
Yes.
I mean, on Donkey Kong, no. If you want to give our final thoughts on Direct Mini, I'll let you start that off.
All right. Because we already did Dark Souls. So, yeah. Let's finish it off.
If you're interested in our Dark Souls thoughts or any games that we may have missed, check our previous episode. Somehow missed that announcement in the beginning. As Max so kindly reminded you, we already covered it. It's in our previous episode. Love you to check that one out as well.
Yeah. So, as far as the Direct goes in general, the Direct Mini in general, I wish they would just focus on these announcements more, to be honest. Instead, these little mini directs, I think overall are probably more effective in building hype for the series, for any of these games coming out, than having the full 1 hour presentation just to play, so that they can play off the trailers in their entirety. I think it's more effective to just announce as many games as possible with just a little limited information, just to get enough to build hype, and just leave it at that instead of just having these full E3-esque presentations every time.
Okay. Now, your question. As someone that's new to, pardon my yawn, as someone that's new to Nintendo and their practices, do they have one of these a year? Is like Nintendo Direct a once a year thing?
Oh no, it's like a monthly thing.
It's a monthly thing where they make announcements of what they're doing. Wow, what a busy producer.
Some of them are focused more on specific games than others.
Okay.
And some of
Gotcha.
it, and sometimes it's also just to like let you know of more, the current like development on certain games that they've already announced.
Okay.
Yeah. It's like they have the Pokemon Directs every once in a while where they're just talking about Pokemon.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Yeah, I'm still waiting on Mother 3, by the way, guys. Just Mother 3 for the Switch, maybe, please.
So, before we wrap this up, what are your speculations on big titles coming to the Switch this year?
Well, I know Metroid Prime 4 is coming up.
You know that, so it's not speculation.
Right. It's been, so speculate. Okay, you're talking specifically about speculation, things that we have no evidence of. We're just making up.
Yep.
All right. In that case,
Not a wish list, but you think it could really happen.
oh, so in other words, no, like a good Star Fox game. None of that.
I don't know what good means.
Uh, good. Yeah. Um, they haven't mentioned anything about this yet, but I would like a they've brought up speculation about it. We now have we can use game controllers, so maybe a Smash re-release.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it'll be like a straight up Smash 5, but a Smash 4, and they improved on Mario Kart 8 a lot with the Switch re-release. Maybe they'll actually add a story this time. A story mode
Okay,
for Smash.
that's fair.
Yeah, maybe. Don't know if it's going to be this year or not, but they can.
Gotcha.
They have the potential.
So let me ask you a question because I was thinking Smash as well. Would you rather see them create a ground up Smash for the Switch, or would it just port it over what everybody's already playing?
I think it would just be more efficient to port over what's already out there and just make it better.
How do you make it better?
Like a remaster, like what they did with Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. It's like in the original Mario Kart 8, they had a really poor battle mode. They didn't. They all the like the special characters like Link and Animal Crossing characters stuff like that. They were DLC, but they didn't have them. The Deluxe has all of that stuff. So I think if they made a remaster, of the new Smash Bros, they could take all the DLC.
Excuse me. Sorry.
Ouch, my ears. They could
I'll
take
let that
all
out.
the DLC from the previous iteration, and then just make put that in, and then provide the potential for new DLC.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I think.
Reasonable, man. I think that's based on reality, for one.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely reasonable. All right. Well, I'm on the same. I'm on the same camp, dude. I completely agree. I think that a brand new Smash Brothers would fracture the player base
Mm-hmm.
and really piss off Wii U heads who are kind of like already on edge when it comes to the Switch.
Yeah.
Uh, but I do think dropping a version for the Switch that catches new users all the way up with Wii users, like all the characters, so on and so forth, would probably be in their best interest.
Mm-hmm.
Just they're not gonna buy DLC. Like I'm not gonna buy DLC twice. I'm not gonna buy it for Smash if it's whatever. I can't explain it. Made sense in my head 10 seconds ago. Whatever.
Yeah. Another thing I think that they might be hinting at, just based on the re-release that they made of Mario and Luigi, the first Mario and Luigi game, maybe a new one.
Really?
Maybe, or maybe because they came up with another Paper Mario recently, so I don't think it's going to be that. And I have to accept that they're never going to go back to the previous style. Not that like the new style is inherently bad,
Uh huh.
but they could they could have the new gameplay style, but bring back some of the elements of the previous one. I think
Right. Right. Okay.
I could say like I'm okay with like the more resource management oriented gameplay style, but say bring in partners again.
Right. Okay.
Yeah,
That makes sense.
then I think I would accept that. Have a lot more character development for the nearby towns instead of just making everything like Toad City everywhere you go. Different iterations of Toad City make every
Right.
area kind of unique.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah. So those are my two main speculations.
Got it.
What about you? You're not a
Again,
Nintendo head, are you?
as a non Nintendo head, it's kind of difficult for me to really give you some great feedback on that. But I can tell you that I'm really hyped for Smash. I'd be really hyped if they brought back like a Final Fantasy Tactics or something silly. I think that'd be fun.
Even a new
Um,
one would be cool. A new
right.
Tactics, yeah.
The Tactics would be kind of gorgeous. Um, Definitely sexiness.
Hmm.
And that's really it, man. I have to kind of watch the development of Switch a little longer. I wouldn't even mind seeing a Monster Hunter port come to Switch, to be honest with
I
you.
agree with. I would love to see Monster Hunter World make it to the Switch. I don't think that's going to happen, but that would be
Right.
awesome.
That would be pretty neat.
I think they were going to make a. They were going to port Generations to it, like a remaster of Generations, and bring it.
Generations was an absolutely fun game. I don't want that, to be honest.
Yeah, I want. I would like World to make it
I
there.
would like World. Let's not take the player base and throw them all over the place because Generations is a very different game from World, and I
Yes.
feel like World deserves all the attention they can get right now
Yeah.
because it's bringing a lot of new players.
It felt like World came out too recently after Generations. I think.
Well then you missed Monster Hunter XX, which came out between those two, and Stories. Like they're
Yeah,
cranking them.
that's true.
I think World kind of gets a pass only because it's the first console game since what Freedom Unite, and it's been about 10 years
Yeah.
since the last console, so they kind of get a pass. But as far as handhelds go, they've been kind of saturated. So I think this is kind of a fresh take on the series. It's a mainline series, no gimmicks. So
Yeah.
I'm actually excited about that, and that leads me to my next announcement, if you don't mind,
Sure.
or do you want me to wait? Okay,
We'll say
so
no. Wait.
uh,
We'll save it for the next episode. How about that?
okay, we'll tell you what. Tune in. We have an announcement. We're going to discuss the details, and we'll announce it in the next episode. Until then, thanks for tuning in, guys. We're going to wrap this up here. We hope you enjoyed watching us play Happy Dungeons, and it wasn't too boring, and our really, really late coverage of the Nintendo Direct Mini.
Yes. Bye.
Bye.
That was my Bugs Bunny impression.
Oh, that was my gay high schooler impression.
Oh.